I don't want to talk about it. It doesn't do.
Oh, hi, my name's Nicole Whippy. This is my dad, Hugh. And Dad has Parkinson's. Say hi, Dad.
Hi.
When I first met my field officer, she said, people will say to you, oh, my granddad had it, or my uncle had that, and my uncle had that and he died of it, and I thought, yeah, right. But that's exactly what people would say the minute that you say something like, I've got Parkinson's. They'll say, oh, my uncle had that, he died from that. Granddad had that, but he's dead now. And I thought, wow, she was right, that is what people say. Or else they would say, oh yeah, Michael J. Fox has that.
Yeah, some of the biggest challenges is just getting out of bed, because I get very bad depression. And the depression sometimes really bad, you know. And the day-to-day challenge of keep moving, trying to for me to keep moving.
Well, when I was first diagnosed, I was slightly shocked, but at the same time it was a bit of an aha moment. I thought, oh, that explains why this and why that, and so why I'm having difficulty with my hand, getting things out of my pocket, getting things out of my wallet. It explains why my walking is funny. And so that although it was a shock, it was also, as I say, an aha moment. It was a shock, I think, to my children. My wife was a bit like me. I mean, she was probably more shocked than I was. But also, oh, now I know. And it was, I was sort of relieved that I had an excuse for being so slow.
Parkinson's is the most demanding disease for people. Unlike, say, a heart attack or epilepsy, which happens from time to time, if you've got Parkinson's, you have it every day. And there's probably not a moment in a day when people with established Parkinson's don't recognise it or feel it. They might fumble, they might shake, they might have some fluctuations in the effect of their medication. And so they get absorbed by the disease. It also tends to absorb their families too. And I guess by extension, everybody around them.
I believe the reason I was dismissive or not believing at the beginning, in the beginning, was because he was just such a outgoing, tramping, wandering fish who just occupied all the time in the community and just busy all the time. Motorbiking very slowly. You know, there's lots of things you could be jovial about, but that initial bit was just, I don't know, what is this? I didn't even know what the disease was.
It's sad in a way too, you know, as you go through, because you see a person that was very capable of everything, very outgoing, organised, and that, and not to say Fran's not organised now, but it puts pressure on her, and you see that pressure and tension on her, and that what tends to make a Parkinson's react or show in that person, and causes more stress and, you know, anxiety for herself. So it's sad to see someone that you lived all these years with and love and enjoy being with, and they have to struggle with these challenges, I suppose you could say. Okay, so it's tough from that point of view.
People judge Dad on how he looks, on, you know, him just walking down the street with no control, and people are just so quick to judge. I guess I would just say, I don't know, look again. It's not always what it seems. It doesn't mean he's drunk at midday on a Tuesday, you know.
Until quite recently, we thought there was virtually no genetic component to Parkinson's. And that idea has been changed with the recognition of certain families that have got Parkinson's disease and the discovery of a number of genes now that can determine Parkinson's. So if a person gets Parkinson's below the age of 50, probably there's a genetic component, but if they get it beyond the age of 50, there's not much genetics. And we think the major problem is something out there in the environment, but we don't know what that is. We do think there's a genetic background though, and perhaps to help you understand that, if a person's born with fair skin like me, I'd be at greater risk of skin cancer if I get exposed to the sun. Now, I didn't inherit the cancer, but I inherited a risk factor or risk profile that makes it more likely I could get cancer. And so we think that the genetic component of Parkinson's is that risk profile. We know though that it's universal. We see Parkinson's in all races, all parts of the world, pretty well all environments. So whatever that extra factor is, the equivalent to the sunshine for the skin cancer, whatever that extra factor is, we just don't know.
The medication I'm taking, Cinemet, has been brilliant in the sense that wasn't apparent to me, but my wife said it's like getting you back again in terms of my facial expressions. One of the symptoms of Parkinson's is a rather frozen facial expression, and I had that badly, and a lot of people have said to me, "Oh, you're looking so much better," and I'm sure it is simply just that facial expression, which I wasn't conscious of really, but other people obviously have been. My walking is better. I don't get so stiff in bed. The medication has made a huge difference.
I first found out about Parkinson's New Zealand last year. We had an incident with Dad where he was really depressed, and we had some psychiatrists come round and they referred us on to Parkinson's New Zealand as a support system really for family. That's what they keep saying, you know. It's not just for the person with Parkinson's, it's for the people that live with the person with Parkinson's. So that's how we first found out about it, and Mum just wrote away and spoke to people there, and they were fantastic. They said that they had field officers that they sent out, and they offered up a whole lot of stuff that basically they could offer as a non-profit organisation. Yeah.
I'm a field officer for Parkinson's Wellington, and I cover the Hutt Valley area. Part of our role, or our main purpose for our role, is awareness and information, advocacy and education for Parkinson's. But also the field officer role in particular is much more of an advocacy role, in that we're trying to support people in every way we can to ensure that they have the best possible quality of life and all the information they need to do that, and as well all the health services that are available in the community, access to any community services, and so we're the link really in that process. We do home visits and follow up people with from referrals from various professionals, health services, social services, and sometimes people contact us ourselves because they've just been diagnosed and they just want more information. So we start off with that, giving them that information and inviting them to become members of the society. Once they become members, they could come along to our support groups, which we have monthly, and the focus there is education, and then they'll get home visits from the field officer if they wish, and referrals to any health services, as I said, and also good publications and information that will come to them on a regular basis as well.
It is awareness of a debilitating disease that I'm very proud to represent, and I'm just so proud of the work they're doing. I don't want to talk about it. It doesn't do any good. What good would it do now? I try not to think about it. It only brings back the pain. I'm cut inside. I'm hurting too.